All right, last thing we're going to talk about today is Ether rocks. I don't talk about a lot of stuff outside of Bitcoin, but we got to talk about these Ether rocks. We're going to pull up a photo of these things. Back in 2017, there was 100 rocks created. Not real rocks, literally just pictures. Kind of looks like John and I got drunk and just drew pictures of rocks and changed the colors in each one of them. But there's 100 of them. And these rocks are now NFTs. And you can basically buy them. But the least expensive rock now goes for almost $100,000. People are buying and selling rocks, but they're fake rocks. You can't do anything with them other than hold them and look at them. Some people call it art. Some people call it insane. But those are 4 of the rocks. Each one of those costs $100,000 or more. It's craziness. And so what this led me to start thinking about was I'm not an art connoisseur. I'm not an art critic, not an artist. I'm just a guy who has a microphone and an opinion. But these rocks going for $100,000 is insane. And so I started to think, why are people buying and selling rocks for $100,000? Fake rocks, pictures of rocks, actually. It's because the market is so manipulated with 0% interest rate environment in the United States, negative interest rate environment elsewhere, quantitative easing being measured in trillions of dollars, both domestically and internationally, that investors have to push further and further and further out on the risk curve. If you buy bonds that today yield 2, 3, even 4% on a real basis, you're losing. It has a negative real rate of return. And so what ends up happening is that people go further and further out on the risk curve looking for a return. And so now we have people who are literally buying everything from pre-product, pre-revenue companies that are put through SPACs into the public markets that are trading at billions of dollars to buying fake rocks on the internet. There's a lot of people who made money doing this. And ultimately, the market is the referee. If you buy something, it goes up in price, and then you sell it and you made money, good for you. That means that you outsmarted the market on that one trade. Now, if you do it 100 times and you only win 20 of the 100 times, you end up losing money. That's not good. But if you can replicate this success over and over and over again, then great, you'll make money. But the traditional investors, the value investors, those that work to mitigate risk would tell you that this type of stuff is nuts. I don't have a personal opinion about these rocks, what they should be worth. I don't buy them, I don't sell them. But the fact that people are buying pictures of rocks for $100,000, I feel like we had to talk about it on the show. Like, how do we not talk about $100,000 rocks? What is going on?
Is this the digital manifestation of what used to be Beanie Babies?
I mean, at least with a Beanie Baby, you could like hold on to it. You could like...
Can you hold a Bitcoin?
Put it somewhere.
Ooh.
No, but a Bitcoin holds your wealth.
So does a Beanie Baby.
No, a
whatever.
Beanie Baby did not hold wealth. A Beanie Baby is worthless. You ever seen the famous photo of the husband, wife in divorce court?
No.
And there's a bunch of Beanie Babies that are dropped in the middle of the floor. And they're literally like, I think what the judge said is each one of you gets to pick one at a time. So like the wife picks one, throws it to the side. The husband then picks one, throws it to the side. And they're splitting up their Beanie Baby collection.
No.
Like that's how crazy that whole thing got. It does feel a little bit like this. But here's also what I'll say. Is we have no clue. I can't predict the future. I don't know if this becomes a thing or not. But $100,000, like that's to me, that was the crazy part. It's not the creation of this. It's not like it's been around for a while. It's been around for years, right? Somebody created this a while ago. But $100,000 is nuts.
The NFT space is very interesting.
Why do you think it's so interesting?
I'm excited to see where it goes. I think there are applications for it. Personally, I don't think a picture of a rock should be going for $100,000 USD. But that's just my opinion. I didn't buy one. If I owned it, I think it should be worth $1 million.
So basically, if John touches it, immediately it's worth $1 million.
If I own it, yeah, I think it should be worth way more than it's actually worth, 100%. I think it'll be interesting to see if any concerts, anything, they do tickets or anything with the NFT space, like JPEG, send them to your phone, stuff like that. But no, I don't think the Rock should be.
Is it a fair position to take? So take tickets, for example. So take Vivek, who is the majority owner of the Sacramento Kings, right? I believe this is public now. I think he's announced this publicly. But he's very interested in taking the tickets for the Sacramento Kings, and he wants to turn them into NFTs. Now, he's not claiming that it's decentralized. I don't think he's claiming that there's going to be some rapid price appreciation in the future and stuff. All he's interested in is saying, okay, if I sell John a traditional ticket one time, you pay me $20 for the ticket or $100, whatever. I make $20 to $100, whatever the price of the ticket is. If you turn around and you resell it, and then they resell it, and then somebody else resells it, and that third person walks into the stadium, I only made that the primary sale. That's where I captured value. By making it into this NFT, right? It is one technology of many you could use, where now I can say, hey, on the primary sale, I get 100% of the revenue. On each individual secondary sale, I get 5%, 10%. And so now it's a way for teams to monetize the secondary market in a way that previously wasn't available. That to me, again, I'm not saying, and I don't think they're saying it's decentralized or any of this stuff. They just found one of many technologies they could use that would allow them to now monetize the secondary market. And so it's like a no-brainer as to why they're doing it. The economic incentive is there. Of course, they're going to try to go do it.
That's interesting because you don't have to actually own the marketplace for it, right? So GOAT, for example, which buys, resells shoes, all that kind of stuff, you do it on their platform, which is why they have the ability to take a percentage of it, right? If you did it off platform, I did to Paulina just standing here, they wouldn't be able to take any from it. So it's interesting that it's linked because it's linked to the blockchain, they can actually track it and then they can take part of the revenue of each sale.
It just feels frothy. Feels like my cappuccino in the morning. Frothy, the market.
For those that don't know, Paulina is actually a great investor. She has predicted the success and failure of many startups in an uncanny
Have I
way.
not?
Yeah, you have. She's actually made angel investments as well. She knows exactly what she's doing. The only thing about the rocks is if you say to me it's art and that's why people are buying and selling it, okay, people spend ridiculous amounts of money on art all the time. If you say to me people are buying it because of the claims of decentralization and all that stuff, that's a harder sell to me. But people spending $100,000 on the rocks, I think majority of folks are going to just admit it's price speculation, which is fine. But how sustainable is that? And by the way, should we create rocks? Like if we go find rocks in the street, should we start selling for $100,000? How does it work?
It's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it.
Bingo. That's how prices are determined. That's exactly what happens. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that clip of the Best Business Show. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when we go live every weekday, and then head to SoFi.com/pomp so that you can get an account and we can get after it.